Dateline Imola. After 2 rounds, Bottas leads the way, but he does not race tonight. Therefore, it's a great chance for the early contenders to close the gap. 2 brilliant rounds gone with 13 to go as we touch down in the region of Emilia-Romagna and to the circuit in Imola. Live and uninterrupted. This is round 3 of 15 in Season 5 Next Gen by JL, and it comes live to you from Imola. It's been a hell of a week, but who cares about a general election and a government changing? We don't give a fuck. We only care about Next Gen by JL and the main event of the evening, starting off with the qualifying session. I'm Mr. Storm, birthday boy this week, and joined by Tim as well. We had a very, very mediocre T2 race, it's fair to say, mate. But it's T1, and they always give us the goods. 13 drivers tonight. It is great to see, isn't it?
Certainly.
Well, we are back after last week's rain-soaked Chinese Grand Prix. 13 drivers taking on tonight's race here in Imola. First F1 race back in 1980, when it was actually the Italian Grand Prix. It was the San Marino Grand Prix from 1981 to 2006, and is now the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. First driver out on track in this session is Cludden for RUF Telecom. Of course, Nikon not here tonight, so Cludden will deputise instead. Nikon's had a very poor start to the season, so maybe Cludden, after racing in T2, might be able to get some decent points for that side. Championship standings coming into this round. Bottas leads the way on 51 points. Yasko's 24 behind him in second. He needs a win tonight to take the lead off the championship. He's on 27. Ryu is in 19 points for Pemex. He's racing tonight as well. It's Ryan F1 in the Abarth. His 4th Abarth running a special livery tonight for their home race. Dean is 5th with Lit with 6th. Nikon, Oscar, Nexo and Raza round out the top 10. Sudsy, Marcel, Bath Destroyer and AFY. The other drivers with points: World Constructors Championship standings. Chevrolet leader by 25 points. RUF Telecom. Europol are third on 31 points. Abarth followed by Pemex, Citroen Evian, Optus Jetta and Able JM. The rest of the teams with points. Cludden will be the first to go in this session. We're going to take you through his lap. Let's see what he's able to do. He's had a lot of experience running this track tonight, of course, in the T2 race. Let's see what he's able to do with the big boys up in T1. Starts his qualifying run, 7th gear, rising at 8, 320 kilometers an hour, and gaining speed as he hurtles down the front straight before he heads into the Tamburello chicane of turns 1, 2, and 3. Flick it left, then flick it right, then flick it left once again, rising up the gears and putting his foot flat to the floor as then he comes into the second chicane of the lap, named after F1 legend Villeneuve, but he's had a poor run apparently. My game glitched out, but at the first sector split, 23.860 into Tosa he comes, 2nd gear, left-hander, uphill as he comes up towards Piratel, rising into 5th, then 6th, then into 7th gear, won't make it to 8th, but will drop it then down into 5th gear, 225 kilometers an hour, around he goes, but has somehow kept it on the track. And that is absolutely brilliant from him, Tim. Wow. How on earth has he done that? Cludden then invalidates his lap and will not be setting the first time of the session. Behind him on track is Nexo, who's also invalidated his lap. Following him is Litwa, who of course won the T2 race earlier on. Europol running a special livery for the next 2 rounds tonight. It wouldn't be Europol without it being a special livery weekend. 49.643 for the T2 winner in the middle sector. Out of the chicane he comes and validates his lap. That didn't happen to him in T2 qualifying all that often. That is unfortunate for him. Next up is, I believe, Super Supida, who's also invalidated his lap. And behind him is Razout and Dean Con 91. Here comes Dean coming up towards the line. We'll set the first lap time, off the session. It's going to be a 1 minute 14.740 to go right to the top of the early timesheets. But Sen Manders immediately blows that out of the water with a 1 minute 14.070. What a lap. Ryu goes into 3rd with 1 minute 14.7 and Razout in 4th with 1 minute 15.6. Early lap times coming in now. This is Bath Destroyer starting his qualifying run. Tim, if you were there, take us first.
Let's see what he can do. He is about to put it into the first chicane there. Important there. The next chicane is the place where loads of drivers invalidate their lap. Let's see if he can keep it on track there. And he does keep within the track limits. Now comes some of the more quicker corners off the track here. Easily go right there, but he keeps on track there as well. And let's see, the most dangerous black of course now will be the last turn where loads of drivers invalidate the lap, but he does it at this chicane already.
Yeah, Bafta is looking very, very vulnerable in those opening runs. Clutton's going into 6th. Sam Ross is in 5th position. Raz out 4th. As we mentioned earlier, Bafta coming probably will start another run if he's got enough fuel. Battery doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. He will most likely go again, and he will. Following him on the track, Super Cepeda is on an out lap, and the rest of the field are either in the pits or on the in lap. So right on board with Bafta once again on his second attempt in this qualifying session, hurtling himself down the front straight, then coming in towards the Tamburello chicane. 330 kilometers an hour, his maximum speed, flicking it from left to right and then to left again. 4th, 5th, 6th, and then finally into 7th gear. Then flicking it left at the start of the Villeneuve chicane, then flicking it right almost as quick. First sector split. It looks like it's a better lap, and it is. 24-1 in the first sector for Bafta. Through Tosa he comes. Left-hander going uphill, then towards the next left-hander on the track. 7th gear, 280 kilometers an hour. We'll drop it down to 5th gear and 225 kilometers an hour. Then in towards Aqua Minerale, where of course so many drivers have got it wrong in T2 and T1 so far. This weekend up the hill he comes towards the middle sector split. Bafta is going to set a 49, I should say, 937 into the chicane where he invalidated his lap on the last run. No such mistake on this one, using all of the road possibly that is available to him, all the road that's legally available to him, before coming down into Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2 to finish off the lap. 3rd gear through the first part, 4th gear, then drop it down to 3rd for the second. What is this time going to be for Bafta? It looks like it's solid enough, and it's going to place him in 4th position, 1 at 14.852. A solid enough lap from him. Litwa is on an out lap. Sam Ross is coming to the line. Actually, no, Sam Ross is going into piss. That is
all like gravel bit, but
yeah, slightly. Not much movement though. So I've
just started.
Yeah, we'll do. We're right on board with Yaska then, of course. Second in the championship, 24 points, I believe, off Bottas. Yeah, that's right, 24 points away, and he's spun, and he's out of the session.
Oh, that's the second time of the season already. He's thrown away the way it's qualifying.
So Yasko out of qualifying, as Tim mentioned, for the second time in this season. Qualifying, the bane of his existence. And he will be back at the back of the grid again.
Time to bring back the out of qualifying graphic.
Just losing it out of Tamburello. And then spearing his way into the wall. Sen Manders saying it could be his day if he keeps it on pole position. Still a long way to go in this section. Super Cepeda is on a flying run, I believe, flicking it left and then flicking it right into the Villeneuve chicane, slightly tentative line, and then he does back out off his run. Who else is out on track? Marcus is out on track. He's heading up towards Piratella next, so also on a run. He's invalidated his. Litwa, interesting enough, flicking himself through Piratella as well. Marcus and Litwa both coming down to Aqua Minerale. Of course, both of these two were in the T2 race earlier on. Ryu Zapu's on a flying lap as well. We'll come back to him in the Pemex. We'll ride on board with Marcus as he comes down towards Ravazza 1 and 2. Bottas is celebrating. Thanks for that, Yasko. Yasko, I forgot how bad this game is. LMAO. Marcus up towards the line. There would have been a chicane here that they would have taken 20 years ago. Marcus up towards the line, goes into 7th. Here comes Litwa, our T2 race winner. He goes into 4th position with 1 minute 14.848. We said we'd focus on Ryu Zapu. We are doing that now. 0.2 of a second between his best lap time and his last one, now improving by 0.3 of a second for the middle sector. Apparently it's purple. Needs to still find 4 attempts in the final sector with any chance of grabbing himself provisional pole position. 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the T1 qualifying session. Flick it left for Ravazza 1. Keep it flicking left for Ravazza number 2. 3rd gear through both. And then coming up towards the line to that little right-hand kink. Is it enough for provisional pole for Ryu Zapu? No, but he's 10th away.
He's getting closer and closer.
Sam Ross on his next flying run. Dean's on a flying run, 2/10 down in the first sector. Litway's on an in-lap, Marcus on an in-lap. Nexo, take us through the rest of his lap, Tim.
Let's see what Nexo can do. The French driver for the French team. Something that in real life doesn't seem to go well. Let's see if it does go well here for him today at an Italian track. As he's just a couple of corners away to completing his lap, but it's important to stay on track there. He does stay on track there, and that's I think a big difference also. And there he goes, the 2 goes into 6. It's a 1:15.0, and I think that's a big difference between tier 1 and tier 2. That in tier 1 most of the drivers managed to keep it on track most of the laps, while in tier 2 they were struggling to keep it on track in the first case.
Big gap of experience. We have a few special liveries this weekend. Of course, as mentioned, Europol are running this one in Imola and Sao Paulo. Your team, Tim, Barf, running one as well, and DHL Audi are also running one as well tonight. What's the inspiration behind basically the all white and a little bit of purple and red?
The purple was kind of forced on, but it's red.
The purple's locked into the car. I know that. Yeah.
The red and mostly red and green because the flag of Italy, but
makes sense. Fair enough. Looks very nice. I have to say that. Will it win the special livery of the season come the Golden Gear Awards at the end of the championship? Not sure. Every driver bar
no
AFY
chance.
and Yasho set times.
No chance.
Well, at least you're being honest with yourself.
I've seen better special liveries.
Fair enough. Sen Manders apparently set his lap time on 10 kilograms of fuel, and I sense a massive lie there. That can't be true. 10 kilograms of fuel, you are having a laugh. Now, if he sets it on 5 kilograms of fuel, he's having a laugh. Surely. Anyway, we'll find out. He's on a flying run anyway at the first sector split. He is improving by 48 thousandths of a second into Tosa. He comes left-hander. Small kick of oversteer, and around he goes. And it looks like a heavier car is a good alternative for Sen Manders, apparently. The lap from space, or the second lap from space, ends very badly indeed. Razat on the flying run. Take us through it, Tim.
I think it could be a good lap for him potentially. I mean, he kinda has to perform it today. And he goes under the gravel.
And he's into the gravel.
That curse was
Super
almost
Sapida, Super Sapida saying the car feels really bad. AFY's on a fly run, as well is Cludden. AFY first sector split 24.031, and he's slipping and sliding as he comes out into Toast, I should say. Manages to keep it on the track, and I don't think he should back out, really.
And Sam Ross is someone who didn't keep it on the track and spun around, and now has to and left the track for a bit to re-enter it.
Yeah, he definitely struggled with track limits in the T2 race. AFY managed to keep it on the track at the middle sector split. He is going to set a 50.363. Of course, the Season 1 champion looking to reclaim past glories by fighting for this title. Doesn't feel and doesn't look, with what we've seen so far this season, that he will be doing that, but he has been consistent enough, coming down in towards Piratello 1, dropping it from 6th gear all the way down to 2nd, up to 3rd and into the gravel, and sliding on my screen. He's fixed that, and up to the line. It will be a 1 minute 15.510 for AFY.
It's a solid lap, I'd say. Not too bad.
Solid indeed, yeah. 4 minutes 36 seconds left in the session. Razout will go again. Sen Manders has invalidated his next run, so he will have to go once again if he's got enough fuel to do so. AFY coming in, Razout on the flying run. Razout flicking himself in towards Tamborel through 1, 2 and 3. 5th gear in all 3 parts off the first chicane, then down towards Villeneuve he comes, flicking it left in 7th gear and then flicking it right. He's invalidated his lap. Razout will have to go once again as the field starts to emerge from the pit lane one last time. Sen Manders probably has one last chance to improve in his qualifying run. He pits. He does not have enough fuel to do so. So he will come back out again, most likely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's the first race for DHL, I think. Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
For his team, yeah. He's jumping in as reserve, as they still have got no full-time drivers.
No drivers. Yeah. Well, that is obviously very good to hear, and it's obviously very nice to have very good attendance. This is the best attendance we've had all season long, really, and it's very good to see that, albeit reserves for teams that don't have main drivers. It's good to see them getting in the limelight. Sam Ross coming out of the pits now. Speaking of reserves who are doing well, Litwa has been at every single race this season. He has been doing fantastic in the T2 Championship.
Yeah, he's
Has
almost
been on the
already
podium in every single race.
Litma is almost already halfway through his maximum amount of tier 1
Appearances.
appearances. He's after today, he's on 3 out of 7.
So we'll see what happens there. Of course, there's the slight predicament that, of course, Oscar is away. Congratulations to Oscar as well. If he's watching, he gained his Nigerian citizenship within the last week. So congratulations to Oscar, who is now a citizen of not just Poland, but Nigeria. Congratulations to him if you're watching this, Oscar. We can't wait to see you back in the car. Ryu Zappu coming down in towards Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. Needs to improve by around 65 thousandths of a second or more to get onto provisional pole position with 2 minutes left in this session. He starts his final flying run, hurtling himself down the front straight, 330 kilometers an hour, as he will flick it left, then right, then left again as he comes in towards Tamburello. Lovely run through there so far, coming out of Tamburello and then hurtling himself down this little short straight and then into the left and right of Villeneuve. 6th gear for the first part, 4th gear for the second. At the first sector split is the Mexican Maestro improving by 5 thousandths of a second. It's not enough at the moment, but it is a decent enough start. Coming up the hill past Tosa and then in towards Peratella. What can he do? Flicks it left, 6th gear, 235 kilometers an hour, one of the fastest runs we've seen through there all weekend. And then down into Aqua Minerale. It's essential that you don't lock up your front right. He doesn't do that. Middle sector split. Is he improving? Razout's retired. Ryu Zappu, 1.5 tenths up in the middle sector, and this might just happen for the Mexican Maestro, but he's invalidated his lap of the chicane.
And that's his lap gone, and he now has to recharge quite quickly, yeah?
Sen Manders going again in the meantime. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the session. Sen Manders having a little bit of trouble with a lighter car. Flicking it left, then right, then left again as he comes through Tamburello. What is he able to do in this first sector? We'll find out in roughly 10 seconds time. Flicking it left, then right for Villeneuve again. 7th gear for the first part, 5th for the second. A little bit different to what Ryu did. First sector split, 1.5 tenths up. Fantastic start to the lap for Sen Manders. Rising up the hill towards Piratella now. This might just be his lap of the gods. Brilliant run through Piratella, using all the road, coming down in towards Aqua Minerale. 7th gear, dropping it all the way down to 4th. Small lock up on the rear front, on the right front, sorry. Middle sector split. He's improving by 2.5 tenths. And this is a magical, magical lap.
And Rise up in the middle has come in, so he won't improve.
So it looks all but guaranteed that Sen Manders is going to get pole position for this race. Had so much bad luck in the T2 Grand Prix earlier on this evening, but is going to put that all right in this session. Here he comes to the line. What's it going to be? A 1 minute 13.853. And Sen Manders all but secures pole position for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And what a lap that was. A Herculean effort that sees him on pole position.
Certainly, I mean, we've got Bot Destroyer now out on track here. He's the next one to complete the lap, and he goes totally wide in the gravel. That's his lap gone.
It won't be an improvement for Bart. The session is now over. Yeah. Litwa wasn't improving. Litwa's now backed out. Sam Ross has been.
Marcus invalidated.
Sam Ross is off. Sam Ross was caught in traffic. Went into the gravel and spun to avoid going into the back. Yeah, he is. Cludden is coming down towards Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. Currently down in 11th place on the grid. He needs something massive. We've already broken the Next Gen by JL pole lap record around this track. That was set all the way back a long, long time ago in season number 3. 1 minute 14.327. We're now setting 1 minute 13.853. Cludden goes into 9th. And with that, that is essentially qualifying all done and dusted. Who will join Gertjan, Chocolate and Clammy as the winners of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix? Will it be Sen Manders? Will it be Ryu Zappu? Or will it be Dean? We will find out very shortly indeed. What a qualifying.
Certainly, I loved it. It was a great qualifying if you'd ask me. And I think multiple people would agree with that.
Super Cepeda said he probably had 3/10 in his lap. He was so tense and he was so conservative. He just wanted to put a lap in, unlike in T2, where of course he had his massive track limits problems. Qualifying order, San Manders with his first ever Next Gen T1 pole position in his second race weekend. Ryu is on the front row alongside him in second, with Dean in third. Litwa follows in fourth. Bath Destroyer and Super Cepeda on row 3 in fifth and sixth. Next on Sam Ross 7th and 8th. Cludden and AFI 9th and 10th. The field rounded out by Razad and Marcus. Yasko crashed in his first run, just like in Australia. He will start at the back of the grid. The third round of the season, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, is live and uninterrupted, and of course, it is next.
It was a great qualifying session, and
It was.
a pole set that I did not expect being real.
No. Especially after what happened in T2.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he still put on a solid lap, but not.
Well, it's
Great,
sunny
yeah.
skies and clear weather for the third race of 15 in the T1 Next Gen by JL season. A new pole sitter displacing Bottas, who of course got the dub in China back last Friday. We are ready to go for potentially what could be the race of the season. The only man that can overtake Bottas in the standings tonight starts dead last in 13th after crashing out at the exit of Tamburello on his opening qualifying run. It's round 3 of 15 in season 5 of Next Gen by JL, and it's the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix here at Imola. I'm Mr. Storm, joined in the commentary box this evening, as always, by Tim, and my friend, we are in for a great race.
Yeah, surely are.
Interesting enough, Sam Ross says that he invalidated a 1 minute 13.7 at the final couple of corners. Then he had to slow to recharge his battery and go again. Everyone started the T2 race in the same compound attire. If that happens here, I will personally and publicly eat a shoe. That's not happened. Thank you very much, Yasko. Everyone's starting on the mediums, bar Yasko at the back, who is on the hard compound tyre. And I will not be eating a shoe any time from now. Grid order if you missed it. Sen Manders on pole position with Ryu alongside him on the front row in second. Dean and Lit with third and fourth in the second row. Lit, of course, won the T2 race a few hours ago. Bath Destroyer and Super Cepeda fifth and sixth, sorry. Next on Sam Ross, 7th and 8th. Sam Ross says he has a bit of pace in the locker. Cludden and AFY are 9th and 10th. Razak, Marcus and Yasko round out the grid. And Yasko taking his sweet, sweet time on this formation lap. Tim, do you think we have the potential here for the race of the season?
I surely would say so, yeah.
It's obviously very early doors, but we've had some great races so far. A rain-soaked affair in China that saw Bottas lead every single lap. And a duel between titans in Australia. Then Manders slipping and sliding, of course it was at this track. Alain Prost crashed out in the formation lap in 1991, who is going to be joining the famous winners of this race in 1991. Ayrton Senna won it. Ricardo Patrese the year before him. Max Verstappen won the last 3. And Michael Schumacher has won 7 of these races at this track in 1994, 1999 to 2000, 2002 to 2004. And his last win before the track left the calendar, albeit for 14 years, in 2006. Next has been disqualified along with Sam Ross. They will be relegated to the grid a little bit earlier. Lit was been disqualified as well. So a few drivers getting a bit hot and a bit heavy on the opening lap. A bit humid, I should say. Bottas is probably doing a bit of fishing tonight. Enjoy that, my friend. I hope whatever you're doing, you have a good time. You're not listening to us. You're probably not watching us. But if you watch us back, then you'll be able to see. I'm not sure what Ryu's doing going onto the grass. That's not probably the best strategy to warm your tyres. But the grid is now ready to form up. Sen Manders on pole position. He had arguably one of the worst T2 races anyone could ask for. Ryu is second. Dean is third. Lit were fourth, with Bath destroying Super Cepeda 5th and 6th. The rest of the grid ready to form, and we are ready to go racing. For the third time this season, in the T1 grid, we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And we're underway here at Imola. Great start from Ryu Zappu. Great start from Sen Mendes as well. Ryu getting very shaky on the rear. That might allow Dean to go around the outside, coming down in towards Tamburello. But Sen Mendes will have the whole shot coming down in towards turns 1, 2, and 3, as you were in the front 3. Sam Ross and AFY have gone past Nexo. Nexo spun. Nexo in the gravel. And Nexo now struggling here in the T1 race. But coming through Villeneuve and coming through the first sector, Sen Mendes leads from Ryu Zappu in second, and Dean in third. Bath Destroyer and Litwa tussling for fourth position. Litwa will hold on to the spot as Bath Destroyer tries to regain fourth spot, which he had for a few seconds, and a few seconds only. Super Sapita, Sam Ross, AFY, Marcus and Raz round out the top 10. 32 laps to come. Sen Mendes leads.
That was quite chaos behind, but at front it stayed rather calm.
Absolutely, yeah. And look how close it is for fourth position here. Bath Destroyer gets the move done on Litwa. Sam Ross has picked up a 3-second time penalty on the opening lap here. He had a lot of trouble with track limits in the T2 race, but look how close it is for the battle for fourth position. You could basically cover fourth from ninth, all with a blanket, and off goes Super Sapita into the gravel.
Yeah, and he's around now.
And spinning and just keeps it alive, thankfully. Sen Mendes starts that too in the lead.
Horrendous start there for the French outfit, as both drivers in 12-13 now.
Yeah, Ryu had a small look to the outside to try and get past Sen Mendes, went against it. Bath Destroyer now getting past Dean, and Dean is really struggling here, as now Litwa might be able to get past, to get back into fourth position.
Looking again.
Sam Ross and Litwa, the two Europol drivers, both fighting for fifth position in this race. What a start this has been. The two above to 7th and 8th, as Marcus will get past his teammate, who I think, graciously enough, let him through. 2 laps we are into this race. Sen Mendes leads 5/10 in front of Ryu. But this has been a great start, a lot better than T2 anyway.
Certainly has been.
Nexo just coming in out of the pits now.
Litwa around.
Litwa's around, yeah, Litwa's around. But Litwa, crucially, doesn't go spinning into a barrier and will only fall down to 11th and is only a few seconds off that group. Yasko up from 13th to 8th in the space of a lap and a half. And Nexo has gone off the track at Tamburello. And I'm not sure how he's done that, especially after coming out of the pits.
In the meantime, it's Sam Ross who goes there ahead.
And Ryu's got a great chance. He set the fastest lap. Ryu now has DRS, has overtake, and will grow right around the outside of Sen Mendes to take the lead of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Is he on for his first win in this league, in the Pemex, the team he owns, the team he races for? We will soon find out in around 40 minutes' time. Sen Mendes 2/10 behind Ryu, trying to get back into the lead of the race. Is he disguising his race pace? We will soon find out. We have a collision. Clutton and Razad have came together, and Dean is falling down the field so quickly. Yasko now displacing him, getting a little bit of revenge for their duel in Australia. Yasko in 7th, Dean down to 8th. Dramatic start, Tim. And we have I think that's Sen Mendes. Sen Mendes has spun now. So Sen Mendes, just like in the T2 race, has spun. And oh my dear God! Litwa's out of the race. Or no, Litwa's still in the race, but he's got a 10-second time penalty for nothing. Sen Mendes is out of the race and has ruined Litwa's race. And we have a virtual safety car.
I don't know if he really ruined. I think it was just he spun off. He was trying to regain control of the car, and Litwa just couldn't avoid him. I think it was just not pure unluck for both drivers. And I think it's
very unfortunate though.
Time penalty for Litwa will surely be removed.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Yeah, that'll have to be removed. And Sen Mendes said he had a chance of winning this race. We're back to green flags. Ryu's got a 5.5-second lead. Sen Mendes said he had a great chance to win this race. He is out on the 3rd lap. Yasko goes past Marcus, and that comeback from Yasko has been remarkable. Now he might have a chance to get past AFY, who's came together with Sam Ross, and there's no point in fighting this, my friend, as Yasko goes to the inside and gets into 4th position.
Yeah, he's been gaining quickly and a lot.
He needs a win to take the lead of the championship. Sen Mendes saying to Litwa, I'm so sorry if I ruined your race. Taking the blame for that incident as Litwa has gone off again. Litwa down to 10th, and Litwa now just about getting back on the track. Super Sapita has to avoid him, does so without any complaints. Yasko goes up the inside into Aqua Minerale on Sam Ross and gets the move done. So Yasko in the space of 4 laps from 13th to 3rd, and Sam Ross will try and fight back as they come in towards the fast right-left chicane. Can't get the move done.
Yeah, it's a shame for some men for the pole setter to be out there.
Yeah, very
Just a couple of
disappointing.
rounds ago.
So Sam Ross has a small look to the inside to try and get past Yasko. Might have a small look up the inside into Ravazza too. Can't get it done, but will have DRS and a lot of overtake. Yasko has depleted that battery quite a lot. You could throw a blanket over 3rd to 7th here. But here comes Sam Ross. Lost 3rd place, regains it in the blink of an eye. And here comes AFY as well. He lost 4th place, gets it back in the blink of an eye as well. Yasko falls down 2 places in the space of 1 singular. And albeit quite long straight.
Yeah, and I think that is the place where we'll see a lot more overtakes.
Oh, that's risky, and Yasko's into the gravel.
Oh,
And that is not the move he had to do. And he could have waited.
Yeah, Yasko has been struggling there as well, and I think it will quite keep the championship fight open. Of course, he is in 2nd, but it's not looking to score massive points here.
Well, we'll see. There's still a very long way to go, of course, but Yasko has been really a shadow of his former self, really, since season 3 and 4. Of course, he is the 2-time reigning defending champion. But crashing out in qualifying and making reckless moves, that's not the hallmarks of the 2-time champion. See what he's able to do later on in this race. His teammate is behind him in 8th position. Not the best start for the IO Telecom cars, but the perfect start for Ryu Zap, who's now 7 seconds clear nearly at the front of the race. Litwa has pit. Litwa goes on to the hards, and he might be able to do quite a long stint on that compound. We'll see what he's able to do. 19 seconds behind Nexo in 11th. Great start to the race, Tim. It's fair to say, actually, Litwa's been lapped. So Litwa is now a lap down, which is not the ideal situation for him. But of course, what can you do? The T2 winner now out of the points and a lap down to our race leader Ryu Zapu, who is on the march.
Yeah, and I think the only person who could challenge him threw it away himself, and it doesn't look like anyone else in the field is able to challenge him this race.
Back to the battle for P3. Sam Ross is not in P3 if it were to finish like this. He is in P3 on track though. Marcus is in 4th, AFY 5th, so a very good result for a Barf so far. We'll see what they're able to finish. We'll see what positions they'll finish in. AFY's now got a penalty as I say that, and Marcus gets past. And AFY is also quite close to the back of Sam Ross in the Europol as well. Sam Ross has a small look to the inside. Nearly gives Marcus the bump draft there. He thinks he's in NASCAR. He's clearly not. He's racing in Formula 1. AFY is 2.5 seconds ahead of Dean as well. Dean's had a terrible race. Well, here comes Sam Ross, and he will fly past Marcus again. They make contact, and Marcus has kept it alive.
That's an
and then goes off the track at Tamburello.
But I mean, he kept. I think he had too much speed there, but still, I mean, he kept it on track. I thought he just would fly there in the wall, and that's it.
Yeah. Wow,
Great
you would be
save
very
there.
proud of your driver there. That was incredible.
That was a massive save there.
Wow. Save of the season for sure. If we have an award in the Golden Gear, that should be one of them. Dean in 5th. Now gets past Marcus, but given Dean's pace so far, you'd like to think Marcus might get back in front. Yasko is now a second behind Marcus, and in turn about 1.5 seconds behind Dean. So maybe Yasko's second comeback will begin now. AFY wanting to avenge his teammate, gets into 3rd position. Sam Ross makes contact. Sam Ross has been very aggressive so far tonight, loses out from 3rd position, but will have DRS unless AFY does the DRS chicken game. He goes into the back of him, and I think Sam Ross just about got DRS. We'll have to check that though. Litwa sets the fastest lap of the race. And yeah, Sam Ross did get DRS. Dramatic start, Tim. What on earth is going on?
Chaos. Apart from for first place right now.
Yeah. Rai is just running away with it. I mean, you wouldn't really mind it if you were Ryu at the moment, completely dominating this race. From start all the way to finish, if the finish was lap 8, of course. But he only has to hold on for 25 more laps. That's easier said than done, but given that he has a 7.8 second lead, He is doing well enough. Senmander's understandably very disappointed with himself after qualifying on pole position. Cludden's picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And actually, I'm not... Tim, you can give us more of a decision on this, and actually, now that makes a lot of sense. I might not have realised this, and honestly, I probably should have due to Dean dropping down the field so quickly, but Dean has left the session after a management decision, so Dean has been essentially kicked out of the race. And will he score points, Tim? Do we know that?
He will not. I mean, it's AI driving now, so.
Okay. AFY gets past Sam Ross. Sam Ross fights back on the inside line. Will get back into third position. Now Yasko gets past Marcus as well. So Yasko's comeback, or the second comeback, I should say, is starting to come together. 2 seconds to catch up to AFY, and we have a yellow flag because Sam Ross is in the gravel.
Yeah, Sam Ross is. It's not a race for the jail car, for the jail in the Europe or cars, is it?
He really struggled in T2, and he's really starting to struggle in this one too.
Certainly. You don't want to give them that, but
look how close Yasko is to AFY now as well. He looks to the inside as well. He was gaining so quickly there. Marcus picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, as was in the T2 race. The track limits warning starting to pile up. Now Yasko looks to the outside of AFY. They do make contact into Ravazza number 1. AFY slightly backing him up into his teammate, and that's, of course, a very risky strategy, because it might just mean that Yasko's going to fly past you. And guess what? Yasko has flown past you. Yasko's going to the podium positions.
yeah,
And Ryu himself gets a penalty now.
and they made some slight contact, but the penalty probably doesn't bother Ryan. He's already got like a 10-second lead on Bob Destroyer.
Yeah. Sam Ross picks up yet another penalty. Let's actually take a look at the penalties at this stage of the race, because there have been quite a few of them. Everyone bar Sam Ross himself are on 6 seconds worth of penalties at this stage of the race. Lap 10 of 32. You're watching Next Gen by JL. Round number 3 of 15 in what has been a great season so far. Not even a third nor a quarter of the way through, but it has been very fun, the 6 races that we've had already.
So Niels just was counting. Yes, we had seven drivers that are starting today came from tier 2.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about the T1 attendance, because it was looking dire yesterday afternoon. I think we were potentially going to be giving out half points in T1, which would have been very interesting. Ryu now has extended his lead to 10 seconds on track. Yasko now sets the fastest lap. And just like in China, Yasko is in, I suppose, the wrong place at the wrong time due to just poor decisions on the track. But once again, he's so quick. And he is going to eat up that gap to Bath Destroyer, surely.
Currently he's with the reigning champion, has been struggling. He's got the pace to fight for it, but he's not got the consistency.
Not yet, anyway. But it would be good points gained on Bottas tonight, regardless if he doesn't win. He has to make up 17 or 14 seconds, I should say, on track to get into the race. Yellow flag because Razout has had a moment. Coming out of Aqua Minerale, I think. He's already been lapped by Ryu, so has Litwa. So 2 drivers already a lap down in this race. Razout and Litwa, the casualty of Ryu's onslaught. Yasko now closing up around a second and Bath Destroyer per lap. The race lap record was set in Season 1 around this track, set by Gert-Jan, remember him? The lap was a 1 minute 16.334. Current fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 17.228. Of course, Yasko is on the hards at the moment, so we'll see what he's able to do on the mediums, or whatever compound he goes on to near the end of the race. We have been here 4 out of 5 seasons in this league. We weren't here last season. It was the third last race in Season 1, the last race in Season 2, and the opening round in Season 3. We took a little break from here last season, of course with the reduced calendar and all. But we are back, and it's great to be back and having good races as well. We have a yellow flag, Sam Ross is out. And we have a safety car.
What happened to
Safety
him
car
there?
deployed.
Let's see what they... Oh, he spun into the wall. Or he just retired.
Yeah.
He spun... I think he spun or just retired the car.
He was behind Dean's AIs, so I'm not surprised if something might have happened. But Sam Ross is now out of the race. And we have our first safety car off the Grand Prix tonight. Believe it or not, we had none in China. We had one in Australia. First safety car off this race, second of the season.
Not optimal there for Sam Ross himself. But that's something that does happen.
Very unfortunate. We will see if Raya pits. Raya does come into the box, and you'd like to think that the rest of the field will follow suit. Raya, of course, has a big enough gap not to get impeded or held up by anyone in his pit stall. Bath Destroyer will jink it to the right, and Bath Destroyer will come in. The same will probably apply for the reigning champion, Yasko Kirill. He does come in. And while Yasko comes in, Raya comes out of his box and will lead the race and will pick up the safety car towards the entrance to Tamburello. Marcus is in, AFY's in, so the two above will double stack here. Doesn't look like they're going to lose too much ground, though. They shouldn't, probably. Yeah. They don't lose ground at all, sorry. AFY comes in as well as Marcus. Dean's AI is in, so is Club, and Super Sapida is 39 seconds behind them all, so he will probably have to pit and then have a great couple of laps to catch up to the field. Litwa, Nexa, and Raz out have all unlapped themselves, and they might actually have a decent chance to pit and stay unlapped him. At least Litwa, anyway.
Yeah. Let's see how it will turn out.
Well, good evening to you if you are listening to us in the Discord. If you're watching us on YouTube, we do not take your viewership or listenership for granted, and we've been very happy with how the opening couple of races have performed on YouTube so far this season, of course, with some pretty decent numbers compared to some races in Season 4. Glad to have you with us every step of the journey on this brilliant championship. Small Euros update, half an hour to go in the Portugal-France game. It's currently Portugal 0, France 0.
I think it's a boring game, so the priorities are right to prefer this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we'll see what happens in that one. Goal updates as they come. Sam Ross now left the session after retiring. And we had a small streak at the start of the season where every car was finishing races. That was now that now came to an end in the T1 race in China last week. So we had a small streak at the start of the season where every car was finishing. Now we're back to normality in a sense, and we have our first safety car off the race. So we start lap 14 of 32, not at halfway yet, but getting increasingly closer. Raya leads this race from Bath Destroyer in second and Yasko in third. Next gen is brought to you by JL, and Litwa is in 9th position.
Let's see if he can do something with that.
It's another long, prolonged period of silence that has now come to an end. Maybe we'll get the verdict on whether the safety car will come in at the end of the lap. I don't think it will. It'll probably stay out another lap. I've been proved wrong before, though. What's the verdict? Virtual Burn Mylander stay out another lap. So we'll probably be underway racing again on the halfway stage of the race on lap 6.
That probably will be the case, yeah.
Let's see what the reaction to the race is so far in the chats. In server, nothing much really to us. understandable enough. We've still got a lot of great drivers in this race that can still fight it out for the win. And Yasko in great form. Yasko might be able to come home and win this one.
Yeah, true that. I think he's one of the main contenders, especially now he's so far back up again. Now he can be put in contention again.
We'll see what happens. Everything's getting very fun indeed.
So I don't know how it is with you, but mine game says there's a safety car, but I don't see any safety car or anything.
We've restarted the race apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening.
But it still says safety car to me, but it looks like we're racing.
Well, we are racing, yeah. Ryu is led from the front, Yasko's in second, Bath Destroyer is in third position. I thought the safety car was staying out, which is why we didn't get any commentary in the restart. But Ryu has gotten away well. Yasko's up to second, and now Yasko's in the net lead of the race. And Yasko's got a great chance to go on to take the victory here. Has that disappeared for you, Tim?
Hmm?
Has the thing disappeared for you?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, apologies if you're on the broadcast then, you're seeing a safety car. As you can see, Virtual Burn Mylander is not on the track at the moment, for now anyway. Ryu leads it though. Litwa has got in front of Dean's AI. Litwa was complaining earlier on about why we were letting an AI. Here comes Yasko though. DRS will be enabled, but Yasko might not even need it. He's Season 3 and Season 4 champion, gating ever so closer on Ryu Zappu. Can he get the move done into Tamburello? No, he cannot. This is a brilliant battle. This has the potential to be the best battle of the season so far. Ryu has got the defensive awareness of a 98-year-old. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying he's got defensive experience. Marcus gets past Bath Destroyer. Cludden's picked up a 3-second time penalty, and Yasko's getting very close to Ryu Zappu now. And Ryu's gone off the track, and no, he hasn't. I was wondering what the hell was going on my screen there. Ryu with a massive lockup and Yasko got past, but a couple of glitches going on tonight. I'm not sure what the deal is behind them. Tim, any updates?
Not much. Yeah, well, just the safety car thing. Oh, the safety car's gone and it's the yellow flag now.
Oh, yeah, yellow flag. Super Sapita and Dean have come together. Dean's AI causing more trouble for a lot more people, as Litwa, once again, with Dean's AI, is now down in last. But here comes Yasko. We'll have DRS, and now the Titanic duel can potentially begin. Ryu defending all the way to the inside, but that's not going to matter too much as Yasko takes the lead of the race, and they get very close to each other as they head down towards Tamburello to start lap 17. Yasko's picked up a time penalty now. Okay, hello. Now we actually have a fight for the lead on track, which is fun. So if you're just joining us, you're halfway through this one, and Yasko has absolutely gunned it. And Ryu is struggling to hold on to the back of him here, Tim. 6.5 attempts now in front of his early season championship rival, and Yasko, as it stands, will be in the lead of the T1 standings. Ryu's now picked up another 3-second time penalty. He is fading away, and Yasko now leads by a net of 3.8 seconds. With 15 laps remaining in this Grand Prix, Yasko is in impeccable form. Started last on the grid, was involved in a collision early on, but has kept the head up and now leads this race. Raz out 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. A lot of drivers picking up track limit warnings and penalties now. Ryu will just about keep it in DRS, but it looks like his defense of the lead has come to an end. Tim, Yasko is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, certainly is.
We are receiving reports that this is going to be an unofficial Grand Prix race.
No, that's not really happening.
Yeah, I would doubt that.
Not too far in.
Keep with us in this one.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
want
well,
some
keep
people
wi-
want to
keep-
restart, but
yeah.
we're just too far in.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on that one. Lap 18 and 32. It's probably too, yeah, as Tim said, it's probably too late to go to a 25% race with 14 and a half laps, I should say, before the end of this one. Exceed saying it's an unofficial race, Tim saying it's not. We'll have the full verdict later on. Back to the race at hand, though. Yasko leads by 5/10, and Ryu's actually had quite a good lap here. Now gets DRS. Now is closing. Now might be able to make the move. Who knows what the Mexican Maestro is able to do. The inside is covered, but then Yasko goes and defends the outside, so Ryu leads the race and now needs to find 3 seconds in 14 laps. Easier said than done. Yasko immediately wants to come back at him, but won't be able to. They get very close for the Villeneuve chicane as they head up towards the left-hander and the uphill section of Tosa. Yasko right on Ryu's gearbox here. This is maybe akin to the Alonso and Schumacher battles in 2005 and 2006, except that this one, a little bit more interesting, and we won't be cutting to advertisement break 3 laps from the end of the race. At least I don't think so anyway.
We might do
No, Tim, we're not ITV!
No. We're ITV, but then like Fox Sport quality camera action.
Yeah. At least you can admit to your own failure. That's nice to know. Anyway, Yasko 3/10 of Ryu, getting very close now. Will have the option to get past or to wait. In all reality, he doesn't have to get past as long as he stays within 3 seconds of him. And has a very, very bad moment coming out of Ravazza number 2. And Ryu will extend that lead to 6/10 before it will immediately be closed back down. And indeed, inevitably closed back down. I thought we had a goal in the Portugal-France match. Still 0-0 there. Ryu 4/10 and dropping. Yasko won't get into the lead of the race on the start of lap 20. Bath Destroyer, shout out to him, doing very well in third position at the moment. Once again, a lot of drivers really struggling with lockups coming into Acqua Minerale, and it's of course a very hard corner to get right. But the flat spots are going to start to appear now, wouldn't you say, Tim? Especially on Ryu, because he's really been struggling with the tyres. Heading on to lap 21 of 32 now.
Yeah, but
Ryu's
realistically, it is Yasko who has to get the move done early.
Yeah. Fair enough. Alright, Yasko will have DRS. We start lap number 21 of 32, nearly there in this one, folks. We're past halfway, nearly 75% of the way through this race. Ryu leads from Yasko in second. Yasko leads on track, though, due to penalties. Bath Destroyer is in third and doing a fantastic job. AFY might be able to get the move done on track. Switches from the outside to the inside, makes a brilliant move. Bath Destroyer will try and get the cut back. Goes into the back of him, nearly goes around, and nearly goes again, and Cludden gets into fourth, then tries to go around the outside of AFY, can't make the move, and now he's around! And Cludden's into the gravel trap at Villeneuve, sorry. And that is just foolishness and carelessness that sees him from 3rd to 7th in the space of about 10 seconds, and now he's falling down all the way to 10th. What on earth is going on?
Chaos.
Bath Destroyer then gets past AFY coming into Acqua Minerale. Another lockup for Bath Destroyer there. This has been a great battle for both first and third position. Of course, AFY has picked up that penalty that Bath Destroyer does not have. So Bath Destroyer just has to stay within around 3 seconds and he will be on the podium for the first time this season. That is, of course, a massive result for him and for his team. Lap 22 starts. Ryu Zappi still leads on track. Yasko in second position. Yellow flag because Cludden has spun at the chicane.
Not optimal.
No, definitely not optimal for RUF Telecom, whose terrible constructor season, at least for their second driver, continues. AFY gets past Bath Destroyer. Not much resistance Bath Destroyer can put up. Bath Destroyer getting very, very close to AFY now. Tries to go round the outside. Thought he might touch him on the rear. That sounds very wrong, but we'll move with it. We'll roll with it. Now Bath Destroyer getting very close to AFY. AFY forcing him to the very top of the racetrack. Bath Destroyer goes back down to the bottom. Nearly gets it done. Switcheroo coming out of Piratella, and what a move from Bath Destroyer. That is simply incredible racecraft as he comes and back into third position before Aqua Minerali. Simply sensational move there, Tim.
Yeah, I missed it.
Oh, okay. Fox Sports camera will work.
Of course. Like I
Anyway,
said, might not do this much longer either way because I also do social media and stuff and got multiple things I need to do.
understandable. Lap 23 of 32, Ryu leads Miasco in second position. Bath Destroyer is in third. AFY gets right back past Bath Destroyer to get into third position once again. As we mentioned, AFY has the penalty. That will, of course, hinder him from getting third place. Bath Destroyer is in fourth. Super Cepeda fifth. Marcus now picks up the 3-second time penalty. He's down in last position. Cludden pits from 10th. Might fall into 11th. I'm not sure about that one. We'll get the update on that as it comes. Ryu holding on quite well on track, I have to say, as AFY goes very wide coming out of Tosa, and that opens the door for Bath Destroyer as they make a small bit of contact, which allows Super Cepeda to get into the battle for P3 now.
Did not expect Super Cepeda to be here, if I'm being real.
But he is now, and he is here to stay. Bath Destroyer gets passed once again into Aqua Minerali. There's nothing AFY can do to defend that, and of course he's now down in 5th position because Super Cepeda is also another driver without a penalty. And then runs wide of the chicane.
Of course he does. What else did you expect from him?
I don't know.
To
Ryu will probably hold on for another lap on the front straight compared to Yasko, who's using DRS to no avail. Of course, he just has to stay within 3 seconds unless he gets a penalty himself, which means that the race would go back to a fight for position. Here comes AFY, and Bath Destroyer again will get past using DRS on a minimal level of battery. Bath Destroyer has a very low battery level as well. Super Cepeda 69 and growing percentage. Bath Destroyer trying to hang it around the outside of AFY, gets the move done. Super Cepeda around the outside of AFY, gets the move done as well. So now the fight for P3 is between Bath Destroyer and Super Cepeda, the two drivers in the top 7 who don't have a penalty. And this is where the fun begins. Lap 24 of 32 here in Imola.
Let's see what they make of it.
I mean, Super Cepeda, after getting within 6/10, well, hasn't got very close. Oh, big moment there for Bath Destroyer. Tokyo drifting his way into the chicane, just about holds on to the place, and just about holds on to his life. That could have been very, very dangerous for his race. Super Cepeda gets very close, coming down towards Ravazza, but can't get the move done. He will use DRS though. Super Cepeda slipstreaming Bath Destroyer. This time there's nothing Bath Destroyer can do against someone who doesn't have a penalty. AFY is also going to get past, and AFY goes from 5th to nearly 3rd. 5th to 4th and nearly 3rd.
And it's Super Cepeda
in the
now
space of the chicane. Yeah. And Bath Destroyer now has to get past AFY, because of course Super Cepeda doesn't have a penalty. This is of the utmost importance to him. Oh, and another massive Bath Destroyer there. Maybe the tyres are just starting to go off. Maybe he's starting to struggle. And it would be very unfortunate for him if that were to be the case. Still no goals in the Portugal-France game. 10 minutes or so left in that one. Keep you posted. Yellow flag because Razout has spun.
Yeah, he is. He's got the clear track to freely return now.
Which is good. Of course, Razout was involved in one of the first incidents of the new season back in Australia 2 weeks ago. And of course, for the first time this season, we are of course going to see a new winner. Whether that will be Ryu or Yasko, we don't know. Back to the battle for third, though. Super Sapeda holding on. AFI will have the DRS so above Destroyer. But AFI needs to get this move done, and he needs to get it done now. Onto the grass he goes. No repeat of the T2 incident that, of course, plagued the last lap in that race. Bath Destroyer will try and get past AFI, who couldn't get the move done. They get very, very close and personal, up to each other, up towards Villeneuve, and they make contact! And I fear that that was just predictable, as Bath Destroyer goes spinning around. His chances of the podium are well and truly gone.
Yeah, that's his chances gone there.
Well, you feared that that was going to happen. Cludden pits from 11th, and Cludden's out of the race. The Cludden's given up.
That now means that everyone who finishes does
get points.
Gets points, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to go about it.
I would not mind that if I were one of the teams.
No. Yellow flag, that's
driver to keep it on track.
Yeah.
Even if you're in last, just tell your driver to keep it on track, keep going, and points in the bag, you know?
Exactly. There's no point in sacrificing your race for a stupid move when you know you're guaranteed to get points. Anyway, Marcus's AI, so Cludden's AI is going to park up on the track now. Super Speed and AFI will get past it. It looks like a podium is nearly all but guaranteed. Yasko in first on the provisional race standings. Bath Destroyer has spun again. Bath Destroyer is actually stuck in the middle of the track, now gets going again.
In the meantime, the closest battle is up front between Yasko and Ryu, but Yasko's still not really making a move there.
No. And as it was in Australia, Bottas didn't make the move on Ryu for a while. And this time, Bath Destroyer's gone off the track of the Villeneuve chicane, has lost a bit of his front wing. And it's not too late for a safety car here, you never know. And he's actually spun it on the exit here, and might reverse out into the path of Razat, who just narrowly avoids him. And that could have been very ugly indeed.
Maybe the FA will have to look in that.
Yeah, I would suggest that, definitely. Bath Destroyer being very risky there, and then goes off at Tosa. So Bath Destroyer's race, well and surely over, could have got a podium, but now in 10th position, and last, and spinning again. I'm not sure who's possessed him, whether it's Nikita Mazepin or Yuji Ide or someone. Of course, this is the track where Yuji Ide's F1 career disappeared in a flash off Christian Albers going upside down into the gravel trap.
Oh yeah, it happened.
Yeah. Opening lap in 2006.
Christian Albers, the dude who right now is known on Dutch television for pretending he was a very good F1 driver.
Yeah. But he wasn't, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, you know, also Guido van der Garde is there, but he's actually like, he was okay-ish.
Now you feel whether Bath Destroyer is going to interrupt this race at any stage, because of course Ryu and Yasko do have to negotiate past him. And we have seen instances like this in the past, where people feel like they need to disrupt a race after something bad has happened to them, but I don't think that's Bath Destroyer, that's in his character. As I say that, Ryu goes into the back of him, and Bath Destroyer just piss. Yasko actually slowed up because, who's that that's gone off? Marcus has gone off at Tamburello. And he's in a very awkward position, so I'm not sure what's happening to these guys tonight.
Struggles.
Fair enough, yeah. It's like they're on auto spin curbs on F1 2006.
Yeah. As for now, it's just, it seems like it will be Ryu unless Yasko goes for a late move. He's not got much time left to make that move.
Well, no, Yasko does have the benefit of having 3 seconds less worth of penalties, so...
Oh yeah, he's just playing the patience game, isn't he?
I mean, he doesn't really have to, he doesn't have to get past. He can just stick it. But now Ryu potentially starting to pull the pin, you never know, because of course those mediums will go off.
Exactly.
And maybe, just maybe, something magical could happen here. As I say that, Ryu gets another penalty.
That now it's looking highly unlikely for him.
Yeah, it's not happening now.
Unless something happens.
I think Ryu would.
Unless something happens to Yasko.
As he aces slides.
Unless something
I think
happens.
Ryu would just do well to concede now and just let Yasko pass and then just tail him home in second position. But that's not Ryu. Ryu wants to win the race on track. Happens.
Even though he won't win it off track, he wants to win it on track.
That's his character, is it not? And I applaud that in him. 3 laps to go. It's been a pretty eventful race. Hasn't been the best of the season, but we've had some great moments in this one, I have to say, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this one. 10 times better than T2, which wasn't hard, to be fair.
Yeah, that's not that hard of a job, is it?
No, definitely not. T2 has had 1 great race and 2 stinkers. And 3 wins for JL. Interesting enough, Gertjan won this race in Season 1 for JL. He completed a clean sweep off pole fastest lap in the win back in Season 1. I believe that would have been on F122.
I think so.
Back in the good old Twitch days. Other race winners here, we had Chocolat winning in Season 2 for Chevrolet. The best Chevrolet in the field is in 7th position at the moment, and Flammy winning for Honda. In Season 3, we have a yellow flag for Bath Destroyer. I think Bath Destroyer has once again caused something, or he was just going abnormally slow. Nevertheless, he is going to be lapped. As well was Marcus. Marcus was just lapped by the front 2 there. We have 2 laps left in this race. Ryan needs to make up 6 seconds in 2 laps. Unless Jasko spins or crashes out like he did in qualifying, this win is his, and the lead of the championship is his, albeit by 1 point, I believe. Actually, no, he's 2 points. He's got the fast lap at the moment, so 2 points on the provisional standings. It's been a great race for him, though. It's been a fantastic fight back.
Certainly has been. And I think he deserves it as well.
He definitely does. He needed this result. He needs this. He needs a couple of races to go his way after. I wouldn't say a poor start to the season, but certainly he could have been better in a lot of races. AFI has picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He is in 4th position. He already had it.
I think if he does keep
Penalty, I believe, as well. So Super Speed now guaranteed to finish in 3rd position.
If Jasko does keep his win here with the fastest lap as well, he'd be, correct me if I'm wrong, but 2 points ahead of Bottas.
Yeah, I think that's what I said earlier on the lap. Yeah, but anyway, we are on to the final lap here at Imola. Jasko is now out of DRS, but the white flag is shown here in Imola. Not sponsored by Credit One Bank, not sponsored by anyone. And we're not going to take an ad break in the last lap anyway. Ryu Zappi leads the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix here at Imola, but he is not going to win it on track. Jasko, all he has to do is finish within 6 seconds, and the victory is his. AFY and Super Speed are now battling on track. Of course, Super Speed are guaranteed to finish in 3rd, unless he has a big moment. Jasko's picked up a penalty, and now Ryu has to gain a 2nd, and this might just happen all of a sudden. And there's a bit of drama thrown into this last lap.
One mistake from Jasko, and all of a sudden it's open again.
And Bath Destroyer actually gets the fastest lap, so Ryu now has to find a 2nd in about a sector and a half. And with the pace he currently has, he might be able to win this race. You never know.
In the meantime, it's Super Speed who's looking for a move on track, but...
Oh, Ryu's ruined it now. Or has he? Because he's still gaining time, now he's losing time in the net standings, so it does look like this is Jasko's now.
He's losing it.
Well, coming into Ravazza 1 comes Ryu Zappu.
It
wasn't pole position for him. He's going to win it on track. It's not going to be his first win of the season for Pemex. Ryu Zappu wins the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix on track. But Jasko Kirill comes across the line. And the reigning and defending 2-time next-gen champion gets his first win of season 5.
And now he's got the battle on track for P3 there. It's Super Speedo who's actually on track ahead now.
AFY up the inside, contact made. AFY's got yet another penalty. And Super Speedo will finish in 3rd position on track. Congratulations to him, a fantastic result. After such a dismal couple of hours, AFI in 4th. 4 above. Litwa coming home in P5 after such bad luck all throughout the race for Europol. He's 5th. Nexo will come home in 6th. Actually, no, Litwa finishes 4th because of AFI's late penalty. So Litwa gets 4th, Nexo 6th. Dean will be 7th, and Razardave, a terrible weekend for Chevrolet. Marcus and Bath Destroyer round out the field in 9th and 10th. Cludden, Samros and Sen Mandazar retirements. But Jasko with his first win of the season. And what a time to do it. He leads the championship as it stands, provisionally, by 2 points. What a race, Tim.
What a race it has been indeed. and a great job. And to be honest,
Ryu says he can actually get a penalty removed here.
if he can, it might change it around.
Definitely will change it around. As they come out onto the podium.
But Jaska also says he can get a penalty removed, so.
We'll see what happens.
But what was that? Honestly, for me, what was that Super Supina on the podium?
Oh my god!
not see
Well,
that.
I'm very happy for Super Supina though. I'm
Yeah,
very happy for
certainly.
being able. Who's able to.
So am I, but I did not expect to see that happen today.
No. And was one of the only drivers in the field without a penalty. So congratulations to him. Final race results, at least for now. The provisional race, for like 43 minutes, 41 seconds, and 2/10. Wins it by 7/10 for now.
Let's see if that. If hopefully this doesn't fuck over the live timings. That'd be great. It does fuck over live timings, so if you can invite me, if that's even possible.
I don't think so. I can take a screenshot. I think I've already got a screenshot.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
that would be
It'll
great.
probably be on the stream anyway. It'll probably
No,
just
it won't be on the
anyway.
stream because I got kicked out.
Oh
So
yeah,
can you invite
enough.
me?
I'll take
Is it possible?
well, I'll take a photo of the I'll take a photo of the penalties.
And
and then I
the
can
full
just-
race results,
yeah.
everything. Just screenshots
I've
of
got
literally.
Got that anyway, so don't worry. Ryu Zappi finishing in second. Super Sapita on the podium in third. Lit with fourth. AFY and Nexa fifth and sixth. Dean's AI in seventh. He'll not be returning to this championship. Raz out finishing in eighth for Chevrolet. Ninth position went to Marcus. 10th was Bath Destroyer. Cludden, Samros, and Sandmanders were our DNFs. But a great race, Tim.
Yeah.
Certainly
And
very,
you
very
can't
enjoyable.
invite me, can you?
No, I can't. Unfortunately. But what can you do? Nothing. So a bit of controversy over whether this will be classed as a non-championship race. We'll get the official confirmation on that very soon indeed. But if it does stand as a proper race, what a race it was. We're into the 90th minute in the Portugal-France match. Yeah, the race will stand because Super Sapita finished on the podium, so we're all good. Isn't that great, Tim? That was
Yeah.
great. Anyway, hell of a race.
Certainly.
Hell of a race, and that was a very enjoyable watch from start to finish in both tiers, I have to say. Well, actually, no, I'm not saying tiers. T2 was absolutely abysmal, but you know what I'm trying to say. Great racing.
Can you still invite me in the lobby where you're in? I don't know if it will
Yes.
help. But
Yeah, I
if you
am,
can
yeah.
invite me to that, I don't know if it will help to round it up because literally I've got all the data. I literally only need but it doesn't have the confirmation somehow.
Fair enough.
So I wonder if I'm in the lobby, if it will like help to confirm. Nope, it doesn't. Oh my! You seriously taking the bloody bit? Literally the whole timing just got fucked over. Literally post the race, everyone finished, and yet it got fucked over.
Very sad.
How is that even possible? I swear.
Codemasters hate us. That's what.
Codemasters doesn't. EA does.
Well, same thing.
Codemasters.
Well, not same thing, but like management, and this is basically comparing management, the overall company. Anyway, as people start to dwindle out of the chat, if you do that, then you are a sick, slimy ass. You stay to the end. You go down with the sinking ship because there's always great stuff at the end. Fantastic race, I have to say. Ryu fought all the way to the end. I'm very happy for him getting second for Pemex again. But Yasko, in a league of his own, and I think if he keeps that up, then how does he lose this title? Consistency, that's the problem. Crashing out in qualifying twice in 3 races is not the best look to start off a season. And realistically, he could have won all 3 races, which is even more frightening in itself. But we will see what happens within the next 12 races that this season has to offer us, and we will get a quick look at the calendar before we go this evening. Next up is the Brazilian Grand Prix next Friday on the 12th. We have 3 more races in July, Abu Dhabi and Spain. Then we have the mid-season break after the Italian Grand Prix on the 2nd of August. Then back for the final leg of the season. Tim, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Yeah, thank you for joining as well.
And you will remember to play the outro music in its full. I think I'll
if
just...
it doesn't let me, but
I'll put it forward to you anyway. Don't worry.
I have it already, but
Okay,
doesn't-
perfect.
but hashtag
I'll-
ad.
I do this.
I got an ad because YouTube.
Damn. Anyway, thank you very much, Tim, for joining me tonight. Thank you very much for those who listened on the VC, and thank you very much if you were watching us on YouTube throughout the entire evening. A very, very boring, fair to say, but a brilliant T1 race that sees Jasko Kirill clinch his first win of Season 5. 32 laps of racing drama from start to finish, a little bit of controversy thrown in there. To be fair, it wouldn't be about next year without jail, without a little bit of controversy. But overall, a very fun race that sees Jasko take the lead of the championship provisionally by 2 points. Penalties still to be decided. Highlights probably going up in the socials in the week. But thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next Friday night for T2 and T1 at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache in Brazil. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to Jasko, and we will see you, as always, next weekend. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Good night to you all.